suppose so I was trying to think how it would make me feel, as well as someone shoot that dog. Like, someone shoot the dog. we can leave that. I would never shoot a dog, ever. And yeah, ever. But yeah. All right, maybe on occasions. The ham sandwich, like I suppose, like because I know, you know, there's stuff in my own journey, and I see it, and it makes me smile. You know, moments that remind me of they were pivotal in my recovery, and they seem really insignificant to someone who's not part of that kind of memory. So the first one would be your son. Every time you see him, it's like that little boy saved my life, and
My
he
gift.
doesn't even know it.
Yeah. It's like he doesn't know it, but he's so special. I know everyone thinks that he's so special.
Yeah.
He's literally like a ball of love and joy and compassion and empathy and kindness. And that's what his teachers say about him and the people that know him say about him. He's really special. And I am proud wouldn't do it justice.
Yeah.
It wouldn't.
It just shows, yeah. And the second thing I was thinking of, you know, I don't know, every time you make a ham sandwich, do you just smile and think that was it was a moment of warmth, maybe? I
think that was a life-saving ham sandwich. That wasn't just your average ham sandwich with a bit of Hellman's mayo.
Yeah.
Like, it was made with love. It was made with like the purest of intention.
Yeah.
I mean, I hadn't had a bath for days. I hadn't eaten properly. I hadn't had a hot drink, and I just remember like breathing. I was clean, as in physically clean. I'd had a bath and washed my hair and got clean clothes on and put some makeup on and had a ham sandwich and a coffee and went to a meeting, a 12-step meeting, and I didn't say a word.
Yeah.
I couldn't speak. I just cried from the start of the meeting until after the meeting had finished, and people still share about that were in that meeting. They remember, I'm there with my big bump. I am broken-hearted. Yeah. But that was the time that I picked up the white keyring of surrender, as in, I've had enough.
That's a big white keyring to pick up. Okay, so we're not supposed to judge, but we know people do. So I'm picturing, sorry to interrupt, I'm picturing you're in the meeting, you're pregnant, you're picking a white keyring up, so everyone knows you've used.
Yeah.
God, I find it hard enough just with my ego in the way, in terms of I've had clean time and I've done good things in recovery. Just, and I said that in a meeting, nearly a month ago, I picked up a 30-day chip and I shared about it and said, my ego does not want me to pick this chip up because I believe I'm better than a lot of people in here. And that's my ego, total my ego. And of course, that's not the truth. But from your point of view, that takes some doing to get up and pick that key. Well, maybe it doesn't.
I think I was in a place where I was broken enough where I didn't have the capacity to worry about what people were thinking of me.
Yeah.
I was so broken that I'd gone past that.
Yeah.
I don't think I gave a second thought to what anyone. I was thinking, I don't want to die. I want to live, and I want my baby to live. That's all I was thinking. And thank God that I didn't let the fear of what people might think get in the way, because I picked that white keyring up, and let me tell you, I never picked up another one since.
Brilliant. That's that gift of desperation, and people ask me all the time, do you care what people think about you, Dan? And on a surface level, yes, straight away, there's the ego kicks in. Yeah, okay, I do. And then when I think about it, and I'm just trying to identify with kind of where you were at, it's like, I posted my whole relapse on social media, and it's like, people couldn't see me in a worse place, or in a position that's. So actually, no, when I kind of put it apart like that, and I'm kind of thinking about that for you, and that the gift of desperation, just when you're so desperate, just smashes those barriers down.
And one of the most important things that I've ever been told in my whole life is that you can't save your face and your arse at the same time. You can't.
No.
And I really like took that in, and I let it mean exactly what it is, that you can't do both. And so I had to choose. And I wanted to save my ass far more than I wanted to save my face or my reputation, or you know, because also with where I was at that time, there is no one on this earth that could have thought worse of me than what I thought of myself.
Okay, brilliant.
No one could have judged me more than I was already judging myself. You know, my own mother, who loves me without condition, broke her heart for me because I was so broken-hearted. I remember her saying I'm sorry to me because I was literally just broken.
Your mum said sorry?
She said I'm sorry. And she wasn't sorry for anything she'd done. She was sorry for me.
Wow. That's a moment. I was just thinking about that one. It doesn't need an explanation, does it?
Mm-mm.
Yeah. Yeah, no explanation. And you kind of, when someone says sorry like that, sorry for you rather than...
Yeah. It wasn't like I'm sorry for this or...
Nah.
It was not having the words to say anything else other than like, I'm just sorry for your pain and how deep it is.
Fuck, man. I suppose when you come through that, you know, because I don't know, I'd probably blame my mum for a lot of my losing. And then, now I love her to bits.
Me too.
You
Mums
know,
are the best.
The resentment's gone.
Yeah.
Fucking hell,
Same.
you know, I didn't even step forward that man. It just went, you know.
Yeah.
And now, you know, like when she's just like a normal person, I'm just like, bless her.
Oh, that's mum's like, I mean, I couldn't have done this without my mum.
Yeah.
She was my rock. She was my safe place. She took us in. She looked after Jude a lot when he was a baby so that I could do recovery and go to meetings. And I don't know whether I would have been able to do it without her. But I never had to, so I'm blessed and I'm lucky.
Yeah.
And my mum isn't rich and she couldn't like give us a house or anything like that, but what she could give us was unconditional, unwavering love.
Yeah.
And that's what she gave me. And that was probably the greatest gift I've ever been given, when I became a mum and I was just loved where I was and I wasn't judged. I was loved and loved and loved and loved until I found a little bit of love for myself and a bit of confidence in myself. Because I think if you're a mum in recovery, there's another layer to it. You're not just dealing with so you're not just dealing with becoming a mum or being a mum and parenting and juggling things like work. You're dealing with the fact that you're an addict in recovery and you're told to put your recovery before anything else on this earth, including your child, and it can feel conflicting.
Yeah.
And I think the blessing that I had was that I knew from my pregnancy, because when I found out I was pregnant, I was happy. I didn't know I could have children, to be honest. I thought that my karma for my behaviour in my 20s was that I'd never have a child. And so when I got pregnant, I was happy. And I presumed that getting pregnant meant that I was going to be fine and that there would be no further relapses and that chapter of my life was over now. And I was really wrong. And because I'd been raised with values, I just presumed that I'd never go down that path. And so when he was born and I felt the maternal overwhelming love, I'd have done anything to keep him safe. But I knew that I couldn't stay clean for him. I had to do it for myself. I had to save me to save him. And that's a really out there